Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the NABJ's podcast, The Journalist Corner. So today we're talking about the Black woman's perspective in America and Black femininity. And today we have our two lovely guests. So can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Alasia Brandy. I'm an activist on campus. Most people know me as the cheerleader who takes a knee during the national anthem. I am a biological science pre-med major with a double minor in chemistry and Spanish.
Go, girl. I'm Clarissa. I go by Claire. I'm a senior here at SIU. I'm a radio television major, and I'm from Chicago over East.
All right. So today we're going to start off this podcast by talking about how do you guys think the Black women's progress in America has gone so far? Do you think their progress is good, or do you guys think we're not having enough progress? What do you guys think?
I think overall there is like an elevation in Black women in media, television, movies, books, like across the board, because we've always been here. It's just now we're starting to get recognized and we're starting to get credit for what we've been doing all along.
Oh, say that, yeah.
It's one thing to do something and not be recognized for it, to get credit for it, and then it's another thing to actually get an award and be recognized and have people see you, and you're that example for that little Black girl who's watching you.
Yeah. Ooh, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about what does it mean to y'all to be Black women in America today?
Being a Black woman in America, I honestly love being a Black woman, but I do know that it is one of the most difficult tasks just to have upon yourself, because like you said, you don't really get the recognition and like credit that you deserve for the things that you do. And you just have to work like 10 times harder to even like prove yourself that you have to have a seat at the table. But I honestly love it. And it's just when you do get to see yourself in media and everything, it just that representation that's never been there for you, it's amazing. Like just the other day, Justice had a campaign with these two dark-skinned Black women with the little braids. And I sent a picture to my mom because I was just so excited. Like, I'm 20 years old, but I related to the two 7-year-olds just because I've never seen someone that looks like me in like a major campaign. And so it's just like showing like, it really touches me, and it means a lot in, like, the Oscars and, like, Black women stepping forward because, like she said, we've always been here, so being able to really see, like, other people appreciate us, it feels good.
Yeah. I will say another thing I like about is seeing Black women in a positive light, because we can see Black women a lot, but it sometimes can be, portrayed negatively, so I like to see Black women that how they're seen as like hard workers, versus like seen as like promiscuous or like the strong Black women or the angry Black women, like seeing Black women like vulnerable and then also seeing Black women beautiful too. I feel like that's very important. So what do you guys would say? So right now, who would you say is like your favorite inspirational Black woman right now?
It's so many,
You got to pick one.
I think as a reporter, I've always, tried to, I would say, I don't have one major one.
Okay, well, just pick one of your favorites. It don't have to be like your all-time favorite, but just one of your many favorites you have, and then why.
Does she have to be alive?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. You said like of right now, so I was like, damn.
Oh, I did say of right now. Yeah, okay, so she can be deceased.
Okay. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a young lady named Corinne Gaines who got shot by law enforcement in her home with her child, her son. I forgot how old her son was. But she's inspiration to me, and she's a Black woman that's very powerful to me because she fought against the system. She stuck up for what she believed in, and she ended up, being a warrior for the Black community and Black women. So she inspired me, and she lit my fire when I was in college because I'm like, that's a warrior right there. Some of the most strong women are Black women. From the crack of dawn, Black women have been warriors. We've always been fighters. They didn't send the men out to fight. The women fought. So, I think Corinne Gaines, we should say her name.
Respect.
Yes. So who is your favorite?
I would have to say Claudette Colvin. I'm not sure if I pronounced her last name right, but most people don't know of her because it was purposely made that they didn't know of her. But she was a 15-year-old girl who was pregnant, and she was the first person to not give up her seat on the front of the bus for white people. but, you know, she didn't fit the image that the NAACP wanted to take this battle on, but they loved the battle in itself. So I respect her so much just because she did start it all, even though they were like, well, let's give it to someone who fits the image better and can take it further. She was the first stepping stone in that civil rights movement, so.
I didn't know that. Y'all told me about 2 new people. I did not know. I'm going to say 2, one that's dead and then one that's alive. So I'll start with the person that's no longer here. Probably between Zora Neale Hurston and like Hazel Scott. So Hazel Scott was a musician and she was also an actor. And like she was like phenomenal. Like she used to play the pianos both at the same time, like Alicia Keys. And a lot of the things like she said that a lot of times people saw her as like a uppity black woman or a bougie black woman instead of just saying like, she said that she just holds herself to the same standards that white women did. And they were saying like how she always got backlash for that. And then also she wouldn't accept roles that only limit her to just the musical performance. She actually said that she wanted to be like actually acting in lead roles. So I have a lot of respect for her. And then my other person would definitely be like Issa Rae. Like, I love her. I love Insecure. I just love how unapologetically black she is, especially in her HBO series, which HBO is like a majority like white channel. And she definitely puts on. And then the fact that she has 2 lead women that are dark skinned as well. Yeah. I really appreciate that. So, going towards, again, so what was your favorite part of Black History Month? Of, like, pertaining to, like, a black woman or from a black woman's perspective? Because it doesn't have to be about a black woman, but just something that related to you personally. And so your favorite part of this Black History Month. Or, yeah. So your favorite, and then we're going to talk about your least favorite.
The thing that came out to me first was, you know, Regina King winning an Oscar
that was great.
after 20 years.
With that white dress on?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yes. She was
good. She was beautiful. I felt like it was long overdue, and, you know, she's always been in this profession or whatever, and it took 20 years later for her to actually get an Oscar. Like, that shouldn't have happened at all. And the fact that she is a producer, actress, and director as well, and she said that no matter what, 50% of her team is always going to be women. Like, you know, like that's decent, you know, and I don't know. That's what stuck out to me this Black History Month currently.
Yeah, and I also think it's very important and very, like, inspirational that she said, like, it's always going to be women, because it's a lot of times, especially in media, that, like, women are left out or just seen as, like, an alternative to men. So I think that's very inspirational. So what's your least favorite part of this one?
Still regarding Black women?
It can be about anything because it's from your perspective. So,
okay. I'm just gonna say. I think it's on the tip of everyone's tongue. The whole Jussie Smollett thing, where he deliberately.
I wasn't thinking that. I think we was thinking the same thing.
What was you thinking?
I was gonna say all the designers. You said R. Kelly.
Oh my God.
Okay, none of us was on the
Let's not
same
even
page.
bring up R. Kelly.
We all have different things.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
All right.
So you talking about
ahead.
I thought y'all was thinking Jussie Smollett.
I mean, y'all had the same prison, but we gonna go somewhere.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. That was just a blow to the Black community, especially in Chicago. You know, why Chicago? We have a history of we're the most segregated city in the U.S., number one. Number two, you make sure you incorporate a noose as a part of the story. Like, that's crazy. And then you don't like your salary at the Empire, so you're gonna make up a whole story and get jumped by people that you paid in order to.
So is that what happened? Because I really didn't hear the full story. Okay.
See, the trend that's happening now in media is that these celebrities like Kylie Jenner and Jussie Smollett and a lot of these celebrities are purposely doing stuff that can either be controversial or non-controversial in order to get publicity. So when you get more publicity in this trend that's going on now, you get more money, you get more viewers, you get more followers.
So I do have a question. So did they actually prove, like, he was, like, lying? Because I know it seemed weird, and I thought, like, they confirmed it. But I thought he went back and said, like, oh, it's more to the story that we don't know. Because he's out of jail, right?
He bonded out of jail,
Right,
but he
okay.
surrendered. He surrendered, and you know, from the checks that he had, you know, he wrote to them saying how they were supposed to be some type of personal trainer. Of course, he's gonna make out the check to say they're personally training him. That's why he's paying them. Like, this whole thing was just a setup, you know. And I just feel like it was a blow to the black community. And it really, the thing, even though I don't like this situation, I must, you know, end it right here, is that even though I don't like the situation that went down and what Jussie Smollett did, he did bring up an issue in Chicago and a lot of cities across the country where law enforcement resource allocation is not evenly distributed across the board in these cities, where detectives and investigators are not given to minority communities in terms of their murder and crimes. But when a rich, privileged person gets attacked, they get 12 investigators, they get a whole bunch of detectives to solve their case.
See, I took it a different way, though. I took it as, because, like, he brought in the whole MAGA situation, I felt like they wanted to hurry up and discredit that instead of...
What does MAGA stand for?
Make America Great Again.
Oh,
Yeah, so he brought that in. They were like, oh, we need to shut this down now. But when it comes to a police officer having, you know, black bodies on his hands, you know how long that investigation takes?
Yeah.
So I thought it was like more of that situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just a blow to me. That was just utter disrespect. And I really didn't appreciate that right now in Black History Month. How many days do we have left? One?
Like two?
No, two.
This is 26.
Yeah,
so
two more days of Black History Month, and this is what we're focused on.
Yeah, and then I think also another thing is like why bring up the Make America Great Again? Like, we know a lot of things with the Trump administration has like racist and bigot undertones and things. Well, not really undertones.
No,
they're
they're
there.
there.
No. But to just bring that in, it kind of discredited like black voices
does.
when we do say like, oh, someone Make America Great, Trump supporter did something to me, then they're looking at me like you sure? Did it really happen?
Did it really happen?
That's why another
Exactly.
thing. I'm
And
just like,
homosexuals.
yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, like he brought two minority groups into his lie. Like,
And he's a black gay man as
exactly.
well.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he brought the black community and the LGBTQ plus community, and it was just like a blow to both of them, because obviously everyone was like in support of him and like,
Yeah.
Exactly. He
that's
still has support.
you know.
Well, I'm just really interested to see
Terrence
how this is
Howard's
going to
supporting him.
unfold.
Yeah, I just didn't like really look into the story, so didn't get
Yeah.
to see like the evidence that the police had for
Yeah,
it.
I didn't get to see like the ending result, because I know they said like, oh, he hired these people, but it's like
Yeah.
I just didn't know. like, the end
It was
result.
video footage of them buying
Buying
the
the stuff.
Yeah,
I
see,
did
I
see
saw
that.
that, but I didn't know like because he said that there's more to the story, like when he got bonded out of jail.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Of course he would say that.
yeah. So what was
Anyway.
your favorite part?
My favorite part, I guess, NASA, renamed their facility after the Hidden Figures one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, it took a while, obviously, and a whole movie to come out. But, like I said, when they finally do get the recognition, it feels like a win for all of us. So that really was one of my favorite parts. Least favorite parts, it definitely feels like all the big designers are in competition to see who can be the most racist this month. Don't understand what's going on with all the blackface, and then I can't even
The noose.
the noose on the brown hoodie. Like, first of all, let's just talk fashion, right?
Yeah, let's talk.
Where
fashion.
at all is it fashionable to be wearing nooses around your neck?
At one point in history, it was, common to like display that type of stuff. Like it was popular. It was popular to see blackface. Blackface.
No, I know
was
that was
entertainment.
popular, but I'm saying like
A noose was also entertainment.
entertainment, as in like making
Killing.
fun of us,
Yes.
and killing
Yes,
us and
killing
hanging us.
us.
I'm saying, how is this fashionable? Like for them to say it's
Well,
it
today,
doesn't.
like
Yeah,
if we're trying to be progressive.
But I'm saying they're trying to bring it back.
back. I know they're trying to be, but when they say like, it has nothing to do with that. It has not. When has it ever like been
It's-
okay? That's the same thing with like the MAGA situation. When has this country ever been great for minorities?
Yeah.
So to make it great again insinuates make it white again. So it's just that whole situation is like bringing back those times, and I ain't the one. So we're not finna do that. Not like I supported the companies anyway because I'm broke, but
Yeah.
definitely not going to going forward.
Yeah, but I could see like bringing it back, like bringing trends back. But it's a difference between bringing trends back and bring something that was offensive or racist to like.
But I mean, the
like,
same way with like the little Instagram influencers, like turning themselves black, basically.
like
for,
darkening their skin,
and like
curling
the
up their hair. Yeah.
And then you'll
saw
go
that.
back and see like the before pictures and their, you know, how they look, how, you know, normal people would look in their race, and then you see like, wow. And for you to say that this wasn't what you were trying to do, come on now.
See, with that, cause I was watching the reel and they were talking about like Instagram was like darkening their skin. Like I don't have a problem with people like getting tans and stuff. But I feel like I think it's just the sensitivity of like how society is that you accept black features when they're not on black women.
No, that's exactly what it is.
That's really the problem, because I have no problem with you want to look like me. I don't have a problem
Exactly.
with that.
I want to look like me too. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
but
like-
it's just how like different things in society are making like kind of like
when it's on us, it's ghetto and ratchet. When it's on you, it's cute and
it's
high
like kinda
fashion.
like
That's not okay.
downgrading black women, like, because it's like nice to emulate, you know,
Yeah,
darker
you know.
skin, like we look good, like, you know, our hair like curls up and
Exactly,
water. It's
but
like
when we're still getting put down for it and you're
Yeah.
getting praised for it, that's where the problem
yeah,
comes
because
in.
I feel like if you feel like, I know that you see it's a problem,
Yeah.
so either you're gonna do your little cute little black girl stuff and also be supporting black girls, or you're just not gonna do it at
That's
all.
the problem. People want to be
Yeah.
black until it's time to support black
Exactly,
issues.
yeah.
It's become
I,
black
I
issues.
don't mind when people actually want to like take a part of like black culture, because it's like it's the bomb. Like
It really is.
It really is. Like
Yeah.
I
I
know.
mean, black culture is American culture, if we're
Yeah.
being honest, so I understand
Yeah,
that.
like we
Yeah.
brought the sauce.
Yeah,
Like, I
for real.
understand.
Exactly. Literally. We brought a lot of things.
Yeah, but it's like don't take part of the culture if you're not willing to
Exactly.
talk about like what's it called, like what's the word I'm looking for, solutions. Like,
Yeah, like it's 2019. New York just passed the law saying we can't get discriminated against for our natural hair.
that was my favorite one. That one, and then Beyonce taking a picture in front of a Megan.
Yes, that was
I
a good
was
one.
like,
That was a good one. And that's symbolic in itself.
It
you know,
really
if
is.
people really knew, like before it was white queens and princesses, it was
Yeah.
black queens and princesses. So.
and then it's also symbolic because Megan's hair is out, and in Europe they had like back in the, I couldn't even remember the dates, but I remember I did a paper on it. Like in Europe, they had a thing where it was a law to cover black women's hair because it wasn't presentable. So
Which is why it's a
anytime-
problem.
Yeah, so anytime like slave women or indentured black women like go out in public, they had to wrap up their hair
Yeah.
because it was not allowed to be seen in public.
But not only was it quote unquote unpresentable, our hair is powerful. You know, whose hair is like ours? Who's as versatile as us? Like, it's a power statement to display your hair in a certain type of way.
Yeah, that's why I feel like you can't say it's just hair when it's not just hair for you. When like, you know, we get, like you said, like punishments and like it's illegal to show our hair, and we get kicked out of schools. We have to cut our hair for wrestling matches, and we can't wear our hair a certain way for work. You can't say it's just hair when we're still getting discriminated against in 2019.
yeah, it's just hair to them because they don't have to go
That's what I'm
through
saying.
it.
It's just hair to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Black hair is significant in itself, so you can't tell us.
And our history and our
Yeah.
legacy, everything.
And I hate when people tell people of an oppressed group that you shouldn't be offended by something just because you're not offended by it. You can't tell me how to feel on black issues, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's very insensitive for anyone to say. Just like I'm not a part of the gay community, I can't tell them like,
How to feel about certain
how to feel
things.
certain, especially when I don't know how it feels to be discriminated. Because like as
Like,
far as like my
sexuality,
sexuality,
yeah.
because I'm heterosexual, which is the majority. But I was about to say with the whole like my favorite part being like the Beyonce thing and like black women like not being able to be like discriminated in New York. You know, New York has like the biggest population of black women. That's where I was just like, what? Like that was actually like a thing. Like that's what really just like blew me, because I was like, it's very unfortunate that the place where they have the most black women is where they probably have the most regulations, and we probably don't know about it because I didn't know that until like I looked at it and I was like, the most black women had that
New
law.
York was coming out with a lot of stuff because like a few years back they had like admitted, like the cops admitted to stopping like black and brown
like stop and
teens.
frisk and
yeah,
things?
from certain, they were like that they legally had to do that. So
That's ridiculous. But I'm glad y'all shared y'all favorite parts. Oh, my least favorite part was the R. Kelly situation. And just because like I'm so glad that like a lot of the like women got their piece and like he might be going to jail. But I just hated that it's like it brings up back like those bad memories that they don't want to reshare.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, they dropped the charges. Those
they
10
really?
charges, the 10 charges of aggravated sexual assault, they dropped it.
Just
All
now?
the charges. Yeah, today. And yeah, I think
I
it
haven't
hit
been on
yesterday.
Yeah, me either. I was like,
Yeah.
And see, that's where it's just like I don't want to keep reliving this moment, especially because like there's other things that we can focus on too. Like I hate that, and like just because I feel like a lot of times people say, well, like people try to paint this black picture of black man, like no, he's really out here raping girls. He needs to go to jail. But I feel like yes, like when it's a black person, it's obviously like intensified,
very much so. Because I mean, look at our president.
Yeah, and then the whole like even with Bill Cosby, like he needs to like R. Kelly and them, they need to be in jail, but it's definitely intensified,
yeah.
and they get more like just super bad media coverage. That's why I hate when it's bringing up. So I just want him to go, go, so we can focus on the Catholic Church and them raping them little boys.
Yeah.
Because they just had a little summer this past weekend, but you know the R. Kelly thing was a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
that's why.
See.
So we need to spook that to the side.
Yeah.
But so my next topic is, how do you feel about black women in the music industry? So as far as like the whole twerking culture. So recently, Cardi B and City Girls came out with a video called Twerk. You know, a lot of people had some negative things to say about it, saying that, you know, it showed women, like black women, especially like in a bad light, showing them like bad stereotypes again, like showing them like promiscuous, very like sexually enticed and wanting like attention and stuff like that. So how do you guys feel about that? Now, I will say Cardi B did cop back because I think it was a woman that said, why would you be doing this? And she was like, especially when it's Black History Month and like you're trying to fight for women's rights and stuff like that. She was like, we're actually twerking because we can do it and we can do whatever we want with our bodies.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so how do you guys feel about that?
well, I feel as though, I don't know, it's like a sexuality, like empowerment type situation. Not saying I twerk, but twerking in itself, it comes from, you know, a history of black dancing, and it just, you know, got, you know, skewed and stuff throughout the way as, you know, just black American history got to it. But I feel as though, honestly, me personally, I don't have a problem with the video. It looked like it was a lot of fun. Like they were just enjoying themselves, enjoying their bodies because it is their bodies. And like you said, they can do as they please with it. I did see someone say, like, why are there only black girls in there? Well, it was a contest, so you had to send in a video. So if other races wanted to send in videos, then they could have been a part of the video. I know that was a big problem, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the song, me and my friends. We just have fun. It's just a very fun song, and I feel like you don't have to be serious all the time because Cardi B and herself, she speaks about like political issues. And it's just like you can speak out about these things but also be a very fun person at the same time. Like you don't have to be just this one track, like it's not always black and white. So I feel like that shows that you can be a well-rounded person and like have fun but also talk about serious issues.
Yeah. I think it was beautiful. I think the black woman's body is beautiful. I think we are one of the most beautiful creatures on this planet. However, you know, it's just, you know, I think that, like we said earlier, with black women, a lot of things get distorted and get demonized, and we get it. We get a lot of negativity, but I do enjoy, you know, people embracing their body and their sexuality, and you know, as women, it's a touchy topic, you know, because you have to have that golden that middle state, Aristotle, where you know, you're still respectful and you still have self-respect for yourself, and you're still like, you know, embracing your sexuality or, you know, your beauty or something like that.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah.
Okay, just that just made me think of something when someone's like, you can't respect yourself like with a certain way you dress, but like I completely respect myself fully clothed, and I completely respect myself fully naked. So I feel like it's the idea that like if you dress a certain way, you don't respect yourself. But I feel like that's not true. I feel like you can respect yourself in whatever you wear. It's if you respect me, I mean that's on you. I respect myself, so I don't really care how you feel about me because I have that self-worth in myself. But like just going off of that, it's just I feel as though those women do respect themselves. They just also liked wearing clothes that, you know, they're a little revealing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I just think that what we individually like our individual intentions are different from how the media might
Oh,
perceive
most
us
definitely.
and represent us. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
and I think we have to make sure that people know we love ourselves, we respect ourselves, but you know, everything could have a detrimental consequence. You have to weigh out the consequences, and I think that's what the whole debate is about. Like, is this degrading women? Like, are men gonna respect black women for doing something like this? You know, so. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a part of our history and, you know, our culture. But at the same time, you know, we gotta like look out. We gotta like watch it. I think, in my opinion, of how it might be taken from a male perspective.
But one thing I can say though, I feel like the only reason we would have to watch it is because we're black women.
Yeah,
And because historically how we've been perceived is like just during slavery, like how black women were put on a pedestal, and like you basically were a sexual object.
That's what I'm saying. They literally just stared at our bodies for
I
amusement.
understand it in a way, but then also it's like it's not like that with any other race. That's why I feel like
You're right.
it's probably so annoying. Like I'm not gonna go on the beach and probably twerk like that. Well, I probably
In Miami, if you're out there, with your girls.
But my thing is, it's not, even if they
Had a
wanted
couple
to,
drinks.
like it shouldn't determine. It should determine whether you respect someone
But
or
exactly,
not.
but I
Like,
understand that
makes-
because, like you said, like with other races, like when white women twerk or whatever,
I'm gonna say
dances
Molly had a whole
Yeah.
twerk video.
white girls are evolving. That's what's said about it. Like white girls are evolving.
Yeah.
But
Who
it's
needs black
just,
women
like,
anymore?
It doesn't
but
matter.
when we
if-
do it,
It just shouldn't matter. Like I feel like it's only because the historical representations, and I feel like that shouldn't be a reason that we shouldn't be able to embrace our
ourselves.
sexuality.
Yeah.
Like I want to go out and like look sexy. I should be able to do that regardless of my race and without seen as like promiscuous or asking for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah,
oh.
but
And that's women across the board. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just
That's
black
women
women.
across
That's
the
Latino
asking for
women.
thing.
That's every
Caribbean
woman.
Caribbean women. Yeah.
All of them, because like it just feel like they.
That's a man.
That's a
problem,
man
not-
thing.
That's not
That's a man
us
thing.
problem.
that's not
We
a
need
us
to keep
problem.
doing us, you know, and let them do them.
Yeah.
Taste this.
Okay, so wrapping this up. So, how do you guys think black women's relationships have been with black men?
Okay, I'm gonna let you marinate real quick. I think that it's a misconception of what the relationship between us actually is, because over 90% of black women marry black men. You know, that's what I heard. Like, you know, and it's like we have relationships, we love each other. It's just every culture has its issues, you know, and we have our problems with each other. But I think historically, through systems of racism and during slavery and stuff like that, it messed up the family structure. It messed up the relationship between the black man and the black woman. So we have to get back to the foundation of who we are and how we can help each other. Because we're better together than, you know, separate. And that's with any race. I mean, I know we're talking about black women and men, but
it
with
like
any
applies
race.
to all.
It does.
Anyone who you're in love with or you find yourself attracted to.
Yeah.
But I think with black women, we just have to listen sometimes, count to 10. I do this with my boyfriend all the time. I count to 10. I'm like, okay, 1, 2,
That's why I'm single. I don't
3,
count.
4. Like I have a bad temper. I have a seriously bad temper. So I count with him. I let him get his point across because no man likes a woman who's going to disrespect him. So, you know, you have to show respect.
I don't say that we should disrespect them, but I also feel like more submissive women are wanted, and black women, generally speaking, aren't submissive women.
That's a European thing.
Yeah, we're very strong-headed women because we had to be.
Yeah.
We've always had to be strong for what we've been through. So we had to be strong women, especially like the whole slave mentality, going back to that.
Yeah.
We had to lead our families when they would take our husbands and our fathers away
Or
from us.
they would kill them.
Or
they're still taking
let's be
them
honest.
and
That's what
putting
I'm
them
saying.
in jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same situation. And it's also the same mentality, just like the type of black women that's like deemed okay, even in media. It's just like, you know, the lighter, more racially ambiguous women. So that's more so of what's sought after. Not saying dark-skinned women aren't sought after. It's just that's more so of what everyone gravitates towards.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, just people, they want what they couldn't have, being more so white women.
Yeah.
Like, you look at them for too long, like at all, you'd get killed. So it's like now that you can have it, it feels like a prize because you told me I couldn't, and now I can.
I definitely agree.
So I feel like they go for that.
But you know how also they do say how, you know, some white women are more submissive and they...
Oh, yeah, that's why I said it's more of a submissive thing. Like, and people say, like, all the time, well, And that's another thing. I honestly have no problem with anyone dating any race they want to.
Yeah.
Just don't put yours down in the process. They always say, well, I'm dating a white woman because black women too loud, black women too this, black women too that. Why not date that white woman? Because you love her. Because you love these characteristics about her.
I totally agree with that because I feel like a lot of times it is sometimes like that, but I also feel like it's a lot of times that I feel like it's kind of how like society's trying to portray that black men are just like don't want to date black women. And that's not true at all.
That's not true at
And
all.
it's not that true for black women saying they don't want to date black men because they don't got a job or they're not educated.
Yeah, absolutely
like,
not. Because I want me a strong black king.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. And I feel like it's just really how society tries to portray a lot of things. And I think the relationship between like black people in general is strong. It can always be stronger, just like with any race. But I feel like you should just date whoever you want. Like, as long as you don't as long as you don't put anyone down, I think that's basically it. But
and you really could date any race and still be a strong leader in your community.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. You don't have to give up on your race because you're dating a different one or I don't know, ethnicity, so to speak. So if you're dating a white woman or a white man, you can still put back into the black community as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming to the NABJ podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys. You really did talk about some good points. So we got to have you back again.
Oh, I'd love to. I like talking.
Well, that's it for today's podcast. I'm Tyra Wooten, and I'll see you guys later.